down.
What's up, YouTube?
YouTube here already? YouTube, you about 3 minutes ahead of us, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to start over here.
On YouTube. Oh, yeah, big give. Make sure you give thanks out. We had over 1,300 views on the last.
That's what I wanted to thank you. Glad you said that. That's what I'm saying. I want you to do this right here. Yeah, you come on here. Like, we got that future, some comments, because we're over 1,000 views. We're hitting them comments. Yeah. I'll let you do what you're going to do with that. You know, so we're getting them 1,000. We got over 1,300?
Yeah, we got over 1,300 views.
Yeah, let me get the coffee. Get my.
I love my coffee and card done.
What you want?
I'm good. I don't need nothing. We good. YouTube, if you watching, tune in. We got any viewers? You know, I can't see without my glasses. Kelsey, I know you watch this on YouTube. Shout out. You're gonna start this training real soon. Let me get my chair right. He done damn cut me out the damn picture. That's what he do, big brother. I'm over here too. YouTube has a schedule. I got a man here. I got one man here. Still on here. Still on there. Where's the co-host? I'm officially running behind schedule this morning. Sorry about the delay. YouTube fans, hey, you get to see all these blunders. Ain't no team. We are the team. But if you'd like to join us next season, hit us up. We can take all the help we can get. We live on YouTube. YouTube world. Oh, here comes the calls. You good?
I'm going to go lopes tonight. I always have lopes on. Now you wearing lopes.
I always come in with lopes, but now I put my glasses on because I can't see close up.
You know what? I'm going lopes. I'm going to look pretty hardcore.
Go lopes.
All right, bro. Let's get this thing started. Let me rewind this a little bit. Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that? That commas?
The commas right there. First of all, I'd like to thank. We got over 1,300 views on the last show. Like, follow, share. What you got right now? You got homeboy fishing, piece of chocolate head face with football with a love. Dive fishing. We broadcasting live. Oh, but it's big week, big games. There's only 2 left, y'all. You know, I like to give special thanks, Smoking Wings, Spartanburg, South Carolina, for letting us come there and do our little thing, broadcasting live for Smoking Wings right there. Hey, I think he give you 10% off for anything ain't no special if you go in there and say you watch football with a Dive fishing. Featuring homeboy fishing and chocolate head fake. Go ahead, chocolate head fake.
Hey, this is chocolate head fake. As always, I'm going to give you a rundown for today. As homeboy fishing said, we want to thank our viewers, man, for getting up to 1,300 viewers last week, and also Spartanburg for coming out. those supporters of our show. Today's rundown is going to be a little different. We're going to switch it up. We're going to have the fishing forecast first. We're going to go ahead and let Homeboy Fishing tell you what the deal is. Then we're going to pop into our topic of the week. You know what it is. It's the catch in Minnesota. Was it a big-time catch or big-time blunder? Then we're going to go into our conference championship games. And then we're going to get out of here. Homeboy Fishing, get us started.
Look at here now. The excellent range is around 440 today. 440. You know, I've been seeing a lot of pictures on Instagram. People catch crappie. I'm still hunting for them. So I'm still focusing on my winter bass. They're moving slow. So when you run them jigs, make sure you're moving slow. And remember something. If you ain't fishing, you ain't doing nothing. Get some. Take over.
What's up? That's what's up. Hey, check this out. That was the fishing forecast of the day. Homeboy Fish is going to steer you right. Just listen to what he got to say. We're going to jump into our topic of the week. You know what it is. It's what happened in Minnesota. Was it a big-time catch or big-time blunder? Ooh, so I'm going to let Homeboy Fishing has always started this thing off because he always got something cool to say.
Okay, look at Fishing. In the postseason, the guy who caught the ball, Stephon Diggs, I hear people say, oh, he dominated. He had 6 catches for 137 yards and only 1 touchdown. That was the longest touchdown of the whole postseason. So was it a big catch? Yes, it still was a big catch. But it has its flaws. It has flaws to when you in your youth football league. I used to be a coach. And we used to tell kids 3 things. More than 3, but first of all, most and foremost, keep your head up. Number 2.
Okay.
Open your eyes because you can't tackle what you can't see. And number 3, wrap up. I think, you know, followed by the rookie, Marcus Williams. And I think that has to do with those big hits.
Mm-hmm.
Scared if they hit the receiver when he's up in a vulnerable position.
Yep. Jesse Cannon say blunder.
Blunder. All right. It was a blunder. But Stephon Diggs still made that catch. So, let's face it. You know, the game is still about running and catching. Right there, the catching and the tackling played very important. Gotcha. So, you know, that was just a basic fundamental blunder. In Homeboy Fishing book, it was a blunder.
Say it was a blunder. So let me ask you a question. What about the naysayers out there that said the game was fixed? They said that they cheated. That was a fix by Vegas. What do you think about that?
No, it wasn't no fix by Vegas.
It wasn't no fix.
He still had to catch that ball.
Correct.
But if that rookie wasn't thinking about those fines they give people, he would have laid him out.
And you know what? This is my opinion. Was it a big-time catch or big-time blunder? I say both. Let me talk about the catch first. Diggs was thinking, secure the football, take the hit, get out of bounds for a last-second field goal. Amazing balance and athleticism by staying on his feet and then basically scoring after that. Finally, he basically ran to the end zone, and the dude threw his helmet off and threw his hands in the air like this. That was hot. That's how you finish a football game.
That's how you
like that.
Walked into the tunnel.
So that was sweet. Now let's talk about the blunder or missed tackle. There's a few things that played a part in this thing. Number 1, first is how cats tackle nowadays. They do shoulder tackles. They don't wrap up and take the player to the ground. Hey. That's what we learned at Dorman High School at Livingstone College.
Basic 3?
At Livingstone College. Shout out Livingstone College right here, folks. Livingstone LC. Second rule. The second thing he thought about was the rules. He was kind of stuck in his thoughts. Should he go high? Should he go low? He didn't want to get a penalty. So that was the second thing that happened. And finally, dude just closed his freaking eyes. Even with that said, he didn't even touch Big. He didn't even touch Diggs.
What'd I say?
Wrap up. You can't hit what your eyes can't see. So in Chocolate Headface's opinion, it was both. It was an amazing catch, but a horrible tackle by safety Marcus Williams.
But he's a rookie.
But that's football. There's no way. That's not a rookie thing. That's just a blunder. That's a blunder thing. So, hey, that is our topic of the week. Hey, give us your comments here. We already saw a blunder here. Was it a catch? I know it was a shot. I know Woot out there happy to see Minnesota instead of New Orleans. It's going to be a good matchup. Our next topic of the week. Conference championship weekend. Round 3 of 4 of the big tournament. And then there were 2. 2 teams in the AFC and 2 teams in the NFC. They say that defense wins championships. Well, fellas and ladies out there, 3 out of the 4 teams remaining have the top 5 defenses in the NFL. Besides Tom Brady, the premier quarterback doesn't remain. No Big Ben, no Killer Cam, and no Drew Brees.
No Matt Ryan.
And no Matt Ryan. I don't call him premier, but anyway. Shout out to Atlanta out there. The experts have already penciled in Tom Brady and New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. But he's going to have to go through 2 of the top 4 defense to get there. That's a lot of hits on a 40-year-old quarterback, and they're going to be hitting this cat. So, real quick, some stories from last week. Philly's D shutting out Atlanta in the second half. Super impressive. Shout out to Whoop. I mean, Atlanta had that lead, but Philly held it tight and shut him out in the second half. The other thing, Jacksonville Jaguars hanging up 42 on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Leslie Davila, Ted Wilburn. I thought Pittsburgh had a D. I thought y'all were playing at home. And another thing, New England manhandled Tennessee. Poor Tennessee.
Hey. Whole game.
They didn't belong in the playoffs, but they got in there. They earned some bonus checks, and that was about it. And then finally, the crazy finish at Minnesota, the big catch or the bad tackling. I don't know. It's been a crazy year in football. NFL has been a crazy year, but that's the NFL football. And the conference championships, or anything like the divisional championships, hold on to your seats, bro. It's going to be real fun. Let's get into the first game of the week. Big time football here. Woo! Number 1 defense versus number 4 defense. Minnesota at Philadelphia Eagles. These games are both on Sunday at 4:30. Minnesota are road dog favorites. I think last time it was 2.5-point favorites.
2.5.
Homeboy Fisher, get us started.
Look here, in the last 3 meetings, Minnesota has a 2-1 record versus scratch that. Points per game. Minnesota, 28.6 for Philly. Offensive yards per game, 356 yards for Minnesota, 365 yards. Points allowed. Minnesota only allowing 15.8. Philly allowing 18.4. Yards allowed. Minnesota gives up 275 yards. Philly gives up 306 yards. Running backs. Murray, 842. LeGarrette Blount, 776. Tight ends. Thielen, 1276. Ertz, 842. So they look about even on paper when you break it down.
There you go. Okay,
but you know what? They don't get you all these stats. They all on. But everyone keeps forgetting.
Talk to him.
Prince Harry went to go get married.
Prince Harry is who? Carson Wentz, right?
Carson Wentz is Prince Harry. And St. Nick's goes down. In week 15, he came out. Of course, he threw for 237 yards. Since then, as he rounded out the season with great blaze, his last game, he finished 4 for 11 with 39 yards. Minnesota was stacked the box, shut down their run, led by E. Kendrick. He got 113 tackles. And they're going to put the game in St. Nick's hand. But once again, I tell y'all, St. Nick, are you listening? Are you listening? St. Nick is not it. Minnesota defense is going to shut down the run. They're going to put the ball in St. Nick's hand. It ain't Christmas no more, so guess what? They're out the door. Huh? Minnesota by 7. I don't want to give you all these stats. It looks good on paper, but that's when they had Prince Harry at quarterback.
We got some Minnesota. We got some Minnesota bandwagoners. We got who to stand strong with Philadelphia.
Foles got this.
He said Eagles Nation. He said that home team and Philly's gonna handle that. Though.
Man, they have to live up there and that stuff. Their bodies are used to it. They don't walk around in bubbles.
But this, I like the pick, and this is Chaka's opinion. Let's do a little differently here. So this is a battle of the backup quarterback. I said earlier, no premier quarterback, especially in this matchup. So I'm gonna ask Homeboy Fisher some questions. Y'all can tune in too. I'm gonna give you the background of 2 quarterbacks. Let's see if you can guess it. Here you go. Number 1, it says played for the University of Houston, became the NCAA all-time total passing yards, touchdown, and completion leader. Was drafted by the Houston Texans. Also played for St. Louis and LA Rams, okay? The other guy attended the same high school as Drew Brees, University of Arizona, drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, also played for the St. Louis and LA Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Homeboy Fishing, which one belongs to who? Do you know? And out there, you can kind of help out Homeboy Fishing if you know the answer.
Oh, that's Case Keenum.
Which is Case Keenum? Which one?
The first one was Case Keenum.
Correct. Case Keenum did play for the University of Houston, and when he played in Houston, he broke records. A pretty good quarterback in college. But college is not professional football. And by default, Nick Foles also played college football at University of Arizona, but they both played for the St. Louis Rams at some point in time. Rams, look what you did, man. You gave away 2 conference championship quarterbacks.
2.
Anyway, Homeboy Fishing, ESPN, where they talk about the probability factor in watching the game. Right before the Minnesota Miracles, what I call it, New Orleans had a 96% chance on winning that football game. 96% chance.
Vegas bet right there.
Bro, you would have let down some big cash on that, big time cash on that. But let's not forget that Minnesota's #1 defense balled out during that game. Yes, they held New Orleans scoreless in the first half, while they scored 17 points. Drew Brees had 117 yards and 2 picks, and they only had 22 yards rushing.
Stats.
They had the lead even late in the game, but Minnesota Miracle happened, and that's what happened. Philadelphia pressured and frustrated Matt Ryan and the Falcons all night. When it counted most, that Philadelphia defense made a goal line stand, and the Falcons' biggest star, the Mexican brother named Julio, failed to make the biggest catch of the season.
They're not talking about that though.
They should. So that vaulted rushing attack for Atlanta, Deontay Freeman only had 7 yards rushing. Check this out. These backup quarterbacks have combined for 564 yards during the playoffs and only 1 interception. That's why both of these teams in the championship game today. Both quarterbacks take care of the football and allow their defense to make plays. So the same game plan exists this week for those 2 teams.
You're right.
Take care of the football, don't lose the game, allow your defense to make plays. For the game, people, it's the backups versus the defense. Which backup can make it play when their teams need it most? And also, which defense can remind us which backup needs to go back on the bench? So who really wins this game, Homeboy Fisher? I really don't know.
Listen to Homeboy.
But last week, Minnesota did things that a team of destiny does. They won when they shouldn't have won. And finally, and the most important fact, Minnesota has awesome team colors, purple and gold. That means that in a very physical football game, I like the Vikings winning by 3 on the road and punch their tickets to play a home Super Bowl.
I told you
in Minnesota.
I'm
sorry, Bird Gang.
Bird Gang over. St. Nick
ain't it. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars and New England Patriots. This is a 6 o'clock game on Sunday. 9-point favorites at home. It's a lot of points. Homeboy Fishing.
All right, last time Jacksonville played New England Patriots. Tom Brady hung 51 on them.
That's a lot of points. It's like a basketball score.
Yeah, like a basketball score. All right, but this year is a different year for Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. They paid all that money. They brought in those defenders. They drafted. And scores 26 points per game. New England offense only scores 28. And they yards per game, they do about 365. New England does 394. Points allowed, though, Jacksonville only gives up 16 points. New England, surprisingly, since week 5, has been one of the better defenses. Yeah. And they only allow 18 points a game.
Do you know why? Their schedule.
But also, Bill Belichick is a defensive genius.
No question.
But here comes the difference. Tom Brady has thrown for 4,500 yards, over 4,500 yards. And Blake Bortles has thrown for 3,600 yards.
Okay.
Leonard Fournette just rushed for 1,000. You know, he had them big runs. But Lewis, he runs for 896. Step in the mismatch. Jacksonville can win if Only if they. Come on, man.
On if what?
Come on, man. Tom Brady on his way to another MVP season. I hate to say this. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but you got to give credit where credit due. He's the best player to ever play the game. You heard it here first. He's the best player to ever play the game.
Correct.
All right? His quick passing game going to keep him off balance. Second of all, he has man-child. Who's man-child, everyone asks?
You call him man-child, I call him the Terminator.
Yeah, he got Grunt. 6'6", 265 pounds of purity speed. He's a monster running down the field. I mean, he's Tom Brady's security blanket.
I would hate to fight that.
I mean, here goes Tom Brady when he lines up. Check one, cover. Check two, cover. I know what Grunt going to be. I'm going to throw it in that direction. And he gets the ball. And let's hope Jacksonville, the only problem you got, only hope you got is next year.
Wow.
Because Tom Coughlin is down there in the sunny weather. Word on the streets is Eli been talking to him. You get your quarterback in there, you may get you a chance to make a run and beat that guy up the road. Well, you're going to play in New England where it's cold. Bill Belichick. I mean, he put 9 men in the box. He'll take away your only weapon. He's very, very good. I'm sorry, you're wrong. He's very, very good about taking over your best weapon. That's what he specializes in, taking away what you have. And once he take away from what you have, he'll punish you. So, You know what? Excuse me, I'm okay.
Yeah. So who you got?
I got New England by 14.
Okay.
New England by 14. I mean, I'll break it down. Tom Brady about to win another Super Bowl and MVP.
Well, check this out.
Look at all them Jags
fans. Check this out. Homeboy Fishing gave a lot of numbers there, but he didn't sound too confident in his pick. Only thing he sounded confident about was Tom Brady and Gronkowski. This is my thing. This is my take. This is chocolate take, folks. Now, I have to warn you, I haven't been too successful in the playoffs. Terry Pryor has mentioned that I missed some picks, but if the games I missed, it's been some fluky stuff going on, bro. But this is what's happening here. This is a scary matchup for New England. You know why? Because Jacksonville can rush New England with 4. Do you see any similarities to this Jacksonville team and the 2008 New York Football Giants? I do. The infamous catch by David Tyree. Back then, who was their coach? Tom Coughlin. By the way, who is Jacksonville's executive VP? Tom Coughlin. I have to admit, I didn't come up with that myself. I had a little help, but that gives you something to think about. You best believe that Tom Coughlin is going to be whispering, spitting a little wisdom into Coach Doug Marrone's ear.
You know what he's going to say?
What are you going to say?
You better get Eli next year. He's going to say you better get Eli next year.
But Brady is an intense competitor, folks, and let's not forget that. And is Invictus in situations like this. If you haven't read the poem Invictus, people, you got nothing to do. Take a few moments and read it. It is an inspiring poem. But that's Tom Brady. No quarterback has been able to manage the talent and accelerate that talent around him like Tom Brady. Danny Amendola. Who the heck is he? I mean, he'd make people better. And plus, he has the Terminator, Rob Gronkowski, a matchup nightmare. So how is Jacksonville going to address that? And that is a big piece to Jacksonville pulling out the upset. Big piece.
I said it.
If Jacksonville can press it with 4 and do this, they're going to eliminate the offensive threat. This game does feel like an old Ravens game versus New England rivalry. Big-time offense versus big-time defense. The matchup of the game, I would say, is Tom Brady versus Jacksonville's defense. But no, it's Blake Bortles versus New England's defense. That's the matchup of the game.
You're right.
When they played Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh came roaring back, he scrambled around, got first downs, and he threw a late touchdown to the the fullback, and kept them ahead of Pittsburgh and made Pittsburgh push and made some bad decisions in the end. Listen here. If Jacksonville puts up half the points they put up last week against Pittsburgh, 21, New England will be sent to the pit of misery. The young Jags are growing up fast, and I need y'all to make room on the bandwagon because chocolate is hopping on, baby. A late touchdown drive by New England ends in an interception, and Jacksonville takes down an NFL legend. Listen, folks, Jacksonville is going to go to the Super Bowl this year and make history because that's the first time they've done so, and that is my dilly-dilly moment. Jacksonville wins by 4.
Hey,
on the road.
You remember last week, you and our special guest Terry Woodman, y'all said y'all need a drug test homeboy fishing because I picked Jacksonville over Pittsburgh.
Yep. I need to be drug tested?
I think you need to be drug tested because
you're going to find coffee and bourbon in me, buddy.
Hey.
That's what's up.
But you know what? You able to have your opinion. You know why?
Why's that?
I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what you think. Hey, y'all, this homeboy fishing. And Chocolate Hefe, we broadcasting live once again. NFL Championship weekend.
Wow.
Oh, hey.
Is this it?
Is this it? Hey, we hit 1,300 views last week.
Let's hit 14.
Let's hit 14. I'm asking small increments. Like, tag, and share. Go buy smoking weed. Pick up this shirt.
God over money, baby. If you put God first, the money will come. That's how it always works.
That's how it always works. Hey, check this out. Say you watch football with a dab of fishing, and he'll give you 10% off your meal.
Trust me. It's worth it on
Hey, you know what?
What's
That's
that?
So good.
We got all the options. We got some Jaguar fans. So Chocolate's not the only one hopping on the bandwagon. We got some Patriot fans.
Yeah.
Those are people.
He's gonna pick for anybody. I mean, he's with Nick Foles.
Who says, "Oh, listen, hey, folks. Hey, we're gonna sign off right now, but hey, leave us your opinion on Facebook. We'll respond to that. But again, folks, we trying to mess up some comments, man. We had 1,300 last week. Let's go to 1,400. Share with your friends. You share on your page, someone else shares. And it goes on and on and on. Folks, if you can't get enough of the show, I can't get enough of the show. How about you, homeboy?
I can't get enough. You know why?
We got how many more broadcasts left?
One more black podcast.
One more football season.
And it's over. But you know what? You can check us out on Instagram. Homeboy Fishing will be fishing. We're in the bad season. One thing don't stop nothing. You know what? Thank you for all our sponsors. God over money, smoking wind, get 10% off, Chocolate Hefe. Let them know what's up.
Hey, folks, thank you. God over money always, folks. Rue, have a good weekend. Enjoy the championship football games.
Hey, great weekend. Hey, remember something. If you ain't fishing, you ain't doing nothing.
Get some.
Hey, thank you, YouTube, Bill. Hey, I know people watch this. Yeah, we like this. It's real deal. You get the real deal cut.